Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Refurb Wednesdays. Today we're looking at a 3-bedroom HMO that we've just completed. So we're looking at the final finished product of this 3-bedroom HMO with Ensuite. Let's dive into this week's Refurb Wednesdays. My name is Nic Clark from Jenic Property. Let's dive in straight away. Okay, so we've just completed this property. So we finished snags on it today. So we had the meeting with the letting agent. This property is actually fully let, so all the tenants are going to be moving in about 2 days' time. So everything's ready to go. If you haven't seen what this property looked like previously before, make sure you do click up the link up here because it was a complete and utter dive. So we had birds in the loft. We had to get that all sorted. We had obviously holes in the roof, etc., to get that sorted as well, but we'll discuss that later on in the video. But right now we're obviously in the entrance hall. We've got commercial grade carpet on the actual floor. We always make sure we do that in all our properties now, just because it's better for maintenance long term. Obviously this is a high foot traffic down here, and generally getting rid of all the dirt before we get onto the nice floors, etc., the carpets. But on the ground floor, what we do have is got bedroom number 1. So let's jump into bedroom number 1 and see exactly what the finished product looks like. Okay, so we're in bedroom number 1 at the moment. So all the bedrooms have got, 2 bedrooms have got an ensuite, and one's got an offsuite, which we'll discuss in a bit. So we've got the ensuite to the left of myself here. Obviously what we'll do is make sure everything's got a nice double-sized bed. We've got enough bedding and cushions. Because we're going for professional tenants with all our properties, we make sure that obviously we've got enough bedding, etc., and we've got double sets as well, so when they wash in one set they can just put another one as well. So it's important to think about those little details when it comes to your actual HMOs, so you can actually have, satisfied tenants that stay longer over time as well. So especially when you're dealing with professionals, you want to make sure of that as well. Okay, so obviously supplying, we've got wardrobes, we've also got bedside table as well, and we've also got a desk and a TV there as well. So coming into the side here, we've got the actual ensuite. Okay, so we're in the actual ensuite itself. So this is a nice size actual ensuite. It works really well. Got the basin over here to my right. So it's big enough basin to obviously do what you need to do with regards to brushing your teeth, etc., washing your face. But then obviously we've got the toilet to the left here as well. So this fitted nicely, pretty much in the corner. We've taken a bit of the actual another room behind here, which is the communal. So we'll obviously discuss that in later when we get to the communal. But works very, very well. Really happy with it all in here. But let's jump into the actual communal area and check out what's going on there. Okay, so we're actually in the communal area. Got obviously this great light here. It's massive. Puts out a lot of light, so if we want to actually turn the main lights off, it gives us enough kind of mood lights in there for you. But we've obviously got the TV on here for the communal space, so we want to make sure that we've got a nice big TV on there, all smart TVs in the house, so they can put Netflix on, YouTube, whatever they want to actually put on there as well. Now, before I said we took a bit of space from the other room for the ensuite, okay, and that was basically for the shower cubicle. So we could still have that bedroom, a nice big double-sized bedroom. This is basically where we've taken the space. So we've come up to the chimney stack here. So this is the original chimney stack over here. And then from this point onwards, from this corner to that corner is effectively the shower cubicle behind there. Okay, so this is the ensuite. Now we make sure we do put between this wall and obviously between the partitions itself, actually make sure there is sound deadening in there. Okay, so we'll put sound deadening in there. And the other thing that we do is, because this is obviously a communal space with a kitchen area and it's all open, we want to make sure we've actually fireboarded all of this wall, fireboarded this as well, okay? And we've got fireboard in here and on the ceilings as well, okay? Just so we can protect this area and conceal in case of a fire. And obviously we've got fire doors here as well, okay? But straight through here, we've actually got the actual communal, the kitchen area here as well. So the kitchen works really, really well. We've got enough cupboard space, so one cupboard for each tenant there, okay? So they can put their own stuff in here. And we've obviously got more cupboards underneath here, so we supply obviously all the actual utensils they'll need, all the actual pots and pans as well. So we've got all that inside here. And then we've got all obviously any cutting boards, etc. in here. So we've got the extractor fan on here as well. We've just switched this recently in one of our previous properties. If you haven't seen that one previously before, click the link up here and you can see what that looked like as well, because we had actually was 6-bed HMO and we had 2 oven hobs and cookers on that one as well, which is good. But I still love this actual finish. I don't know about you guys. Comment down below, do you like the blue? Do you think we should go for a different color? Love to hear your feedback anyway. So what do you think of the job so far? Now there is one thing that we have done here. So rather than actually put in integrated a washer and dryer, obviously we've got integrated fridge and freezer here as well. But what we have got is a utility room just behind me. Okay, so we're upstairs now. So we've got bedroom number 3 and bedroom number 2 just to the right side of me. On the left hand side of me, what we do have is we actually have an off-suite, okay? Now sometimes with mid-terrace properties, what we find is the actual bedroom to the rear of the property at the top floor is not big enough to do anything with, okay? We could potentially just have a single bedroom itself, but it's not good utilized of the space because the bedroom is not big enough to put an ensuite in and have as a bedroom to have the space that we actually want anyway. It would work on a single, but we don't do singles. We always do double occupancies for all our bedrooms when it comes to HMOs, okay? So let's just have a look at that now. Okay, so this is the off-suite that I was talking about. So we've got a large walk-in shower over here. So this is, you know, really good, nice size. A lot of movement around in here as well. Obviously, we've got the actual hot water, shower head over there. Got to be able to put a bigger vanity unit in here, which works nicely. Obviously, the smaller ones, what we're trying to do is utilize the space as much as we can, but wherever we can, if the bathroom or the ensuite is big enough, obviously put a bigger vanity unit in as well. Toilet just over there, and we've got obviously the towel rack just over the heater as well. Now, when it comes to these the extensions at the top, okay, what you tend to find is because the actual properties are single skin, they're not insulated very well, because we have to put a bigger radiator in rather than putting the nice fancy towel radiator in. So even though we insulate it, obviously in the ceilings, etc., because we lower the ceilings, then tend to find is that if we don't put like this kind of radiator in here, we actually find that it gets quite cold. And let's face it, if you're in a bathroom, you're naked, you've got no clothes on, you want to make sure that you're nice and warm, you come out of the shower, okay? Let's jump into the actual room for this off-suite. Okay, so we're in bedroom number 2 right now. So this bedroom doesn't have an ensuite on it, but it has its own bathroom with its own keys, which we've just been in right now. But yeah, it looks, you know, nice double-sized bedroom. This is over 10.22 square meters, which we're really happy with. Obviously, we've got the bedside lamps over here as well. A nice double-sized bed, just as normal from there. Now, the key thing is on every single bedroom, yes, it's only a 3-bedroom HMO, but we still do everything to regulation standards. So we treat this property as if it is a licensed HMO. So we've got to make sure that we've got 5-door casings in here. We've got 5 doors, FD30 fire doors. Obviously, we've got the door closers as well, so the self-close on its own. Thumb turn locks on there as well. Fire safety is imperative, regardless of how big your HMOs are. You've got multiple people in house, you want to make sure your tenants get out very, very safely as well, okay? So we've got the, obviously, desk space here as well. They can actually put in, you know, do some work, etc., because a lot of the professionals, etc., have a lot of work they need to do, you know, in the evenings or in the afternoons. Sometimes they work in here, so we can make sure we provide that as well, okay? Let's jump into the last bedroom of this HMO. Okay, so just before we go into bedroom number 3, what you find is on the terrace houses, we've got these old cupboards here. So normally this is just dead space, but in some of them they've got like these old cupboards. All we do is we restore them, get them back to normal, so we can use them as storage space. So what we'll do is they can actually, you know, store in like either luggage or they can store like cleaning stuff. So they work out really, really nice. All right, so we're in the 3rd and final bedroom of this 3-bedroom HMO. Now, I love the transformation that this actually had on this property, just like all of them. And if you haven't seen what it is like this property previously before, make sure you click up the link up here and you'll be able to see exactly what this looked like before, so you can have a direct comparison as well. So it's quite an interesting thing with this bedroom. So obviously this is quite a large one. What we did is we incorporated the ensuite. Sometimes what happens is we try and put an ensuite in and we take some of this space, but because this was a slightly smaller bedroom that we normally have in the front rooms of the terraces, that's why we've done the ensuite there as well. Okay, so we've got the ensuite in here, works out nicely. We've got the shower over here on my left, and then we've got the toilet over to the right, and then we've got the vanity unit in the middle as well from there. So all en-suites, make sure we've got obviously ventilation to get through, so we've got no moisture coming out. So that gets triggered as soon as the light comes on, and then obviously it's got a timer in it that goes down after a certain time, plus obviously a moisture thermometer in there as well, so we'll go off when it needs to. What we have done is we utilized a space over here, so we extended this out, so we actually have some shelving space over here for them. That works really nicely as well. We've got the lamp up there. We've also got a bedside table if they need it from there as well. Okay. The other thing that we have changed slightly, just look over here. So what we have done is we just actually changed the blinds. We used to have like the long blinds as well. So if you've seen any of our finished products before, we've just gone for the Venetians. This works really, really well to obviously make sure there's enough light actually in this room that goes completely pitch black. But yeah, we're going to be definitely sticking with him because the quality of him is absolutely fantastic. So we've been through a couple of different blind companies. We finally found one that we can, really work with long term now, and really happy with the quality there as well. So if you guys actually like what you've seen here and you want to profit from UK property with minimal time effort, you simply just don't actually have the time for you to go out there and build a portfolio, find the properties, do all the stuff, time-consuming stuff within property, and you just actually want to get your money working for you so you don't have to work as hard for yourself, then simply just head to jenicproperty.com. We can book a free call with one of our team, whether you want to be completely hands-off or you simply just want it, all done for you. We can certainly provide 2 different services there for yourself. Head to jenicproperty.com. You can book a call. We'd look at your short-term, long-term goals, and we can help you profit from UK property. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching this week's video on Refurb Wednesdays and our completed project. If you want to see more of our actual completed projects or other ones we're currently doing, go into the description below. You can click on those links down there as well. Otherwise, make sure that you follow us on Property with Nic Clark on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook. And I'll see you guys in next week's Refurb Wednesdays. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button as well, and that notification bell so you can get notified on future Refurb Wednesdays. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.